Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Orcs Must Die 3 here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. Okay, so this is the last war scenario in the first campaign which you can play through, and once you finish off this, you basically unlock a couple of things, such as a couple of heroes like Retired Max, Gabriella, Warwick, or Cygnus. You also gain access to certain weapons like the Chain Lightning Staff, the Crossbow, Elven Short Swords, and even the Scepter of Domination. But of course, we will have to tackle this in order for us to know what's happening. I kind of feel like it's not really properly explained the end of the game after what happens here, but this is a really challenging scenario because it is showing us currently that there are 3 lines from which the enemy can approach, but there's gonna be a twist, so I'm not gonna try to spoil it. We're gonna head into the match and see if we can do or have some fun with it. I'm gonna just check real quick if I have anything else which I can theoretically upgrade here, but I don't think I am currently able to do anything from the traps which I keep using and abusing for my benefit. So what the hell, let's go and see what can be done.
Where are you, Cygnus? Why did you send these children? Face me!
He seems nice.
So,
Deegan, that was Warwick, and he was filled with rift magic. I'll bet if he uses too much rift magic, he will just implode or close.
Cool. So this guy just uses himself up while we crush his giant orc army? Sounds good to me.
Oh, yeah. Army crushing first. Good call.
okay, so after the conversation is done, you clearly see that you have a couple of opportunities on how to lay down your defenses. Obviously, again, we're gonna be heavily relying upon the archers because they are just awesome. Especially here, they help you out a lot, and you have quite a lot of places where you can put them, except of the interior over here where the rift is kind of opened. You have 40 lives, which will last you quite long if you manage to not screw this up. I don't know if this is the most advantageous point for you to place the archers, just due to the simple fact of there are these things which are blocking the archers from shooting, and also usually the one selection of archers shoots in one direction, so it's either that they will focus their attention on that side or that side. And also we need to keep in mind that we need to put down some barricades in order to block off these gates so that the enemies cannot gain access to them so easily, which means 4 barricades need to be placed down at these doors. And the first waves are coming from over there, so we should be okay when it comes to trying to slow down the never-ending onslaught of the enemy. But, of course, we're gonna try to make sure that we do have sufficient quantity of archers placed in. And because we cannot put them up on those fortress walls, we're gonna have to raise our own fortress walls in order to give them some sort of elevation, and this allows us to be more proficient. Of course, I still do advise you to put down a volley of archers over here so that if anything will be trying to break through the barricade, they're able to fight and also slow down the enemy, because the enemy is going to be focused on trying to attack the archers instead of going directly for the barricade. And putting down one of these towers to elevate them simply just allows the archers to fire at a much longer range and distance, and therefore kill the enemy before they get too damn close. So we're gonna put down the archers like so. We are gonna be saving up mana in order to make sure that we will be able to then put down some traps due to that potential spin, which is gonna be put on this match. And if you wanna screw with the enemy who is gonna be coming here, you can of course install the flip
That's an Orc Stopper.
traps. These are gonna toss them into like the waters of the cliff, and that's gonna drown them because apparently none of the orcs can swim. I never thought that swimming is the kryptonite of the orcs, but here goes nothing. So yeah, the more you know. We're gonna put down these, and we're gonna also, or maybe we are gonna reduce it and put down 2 over there. You can of course use this entire balcony to keep putting down archers as well, so that they can provide supporting fire. But keep in mind that if the enemies are gonna be kind of stuck over here due to the barricade, what might end up happening is that they are gonna try to run up here, and they're gonna stuck over here or end up getting stuck in this corner. And so if they have a volley of archers placed over here like so, they're just gonna try to focus their attention onto them, so be mindful of that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, put down these traps. I don't think I want to be changing anything which I have currently. These traps are really fun to play around with. As you can see, even this tiny space is able to accommodate the saw blades. It's usually a bit more difficult for you to put down the wall of arrows and things like that. And also the awesome thing is that you can either be standing on the balcony up here to try and provide supporting fire, or you can join one of your 2 flanks where you're gonna see that the trouble is brewing, and behind that rock over there, there's gonna be a 3rd point from where the enemy is gonna be coming. But for now, we're gonna unleash the Horde. We have 6 waves to put up with, and they're gonna be spawning quite a lot of dangerous enemies right from the get-go. So don't expect stuff like small orcs to be popping in. You can see that straight up from the start. We have heavy fire fiends and units like that. So they are not screwing around, they mean business. And I already think I hear a hunter, so trying to go and provide support on this flank is going to be crucial. And as you can see, the archers are definitely doing a great job at slowing down the enemy approach. I'm trying to do my part. I have decided to go on this flank because this is where we heard the hunter. And this is the weird thing about what the enemy keeps doing here. I don't know if this is some sort of bug or they are just trying to reach their destination
The barricade is under attack. The barricade is down.
in the most convenient way possible, which is why some of the enemies...
To breach one of our gates.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure that I don't get blown up by the little fire elemental. The little runners are annoying, but as you can see, if they are blocked off over here, they will try to run around towards the other side, which is where we're gonna try to refocus our attention. We see that the barricade has been destroyed, so I'm gonna try to fix that so these little buggers cannot actually get through. Using our secondary ability, trying to deal with the bigger units. And as I mentioned, the units tend to, for some reason, go here, and they end up being stuck here. So if you have like a volley of archers, they will usually redirect their attention towards those. Okay, so we are gonna put down even more archers. And you can of course put them over here as well. I just want to first make sure that the flanks are secure.
Wish they taught us how to make these in War Mage School.
And I'm thinking we're gonna put one volley over here, and then later we can put down one over here, but we need to save up some of the mana just due to the simple fact that they might be that thing which I don't want to spoil for you as of yet. So we are installing more of these because they are gonna be useful for us. I'm not sure this is gonna allow me to... Yeah, we are not close enough. So let's go join our archers yet again. And it is more advantageous for you as a player to stay inside over here because you're gonna see soon enough.
Yeah, I'm ready.
More enemies on the way!
So we have better range or better angle to keep firing at this flank. So this is why I keep focusing my attention over there. And this is what's gonna happen.
The more rifts he opens, the weaker he gets.
He's gonna start opening the rifts inside. This is the big spin which he's gonna be putting on this. So if you put all of your defenses outside, suddenly what's gonna happen is that you are gonna have a ton of enemies popping in, and if you are somewhere out and trying to support a flank, it's gonna fail miserably. So I'm trying to focus my attention over here because I can see that they are attacking the barricade. I'm trying to reinforce the barricade.
Enemy is under attack. Breach one of our gates.
Trying to reinforce the gate. And he's gonna be throwing these little things in your general way to try and make things interesting. It's gonna be more and more difficult over time as he's gonna be opening up more and more of these portals. But as you can see, the archers are tremendous help. And the flip platforms are also helping tremendously. We're gonna refocus our attention over to the other side because we can see there's an issue there. One of the barricades almost destroyed. We're gonna go after the ogre, take down the little kobolds who would have been shot at by our archers. There still seems to be a unit stuck somewhere, so we're gonna pick up everything first. I can see him over there.
Anyone else?
And now you can see that actually what's gonna happen is that the enemy is gonna start coming in from the brand new flank. So this defense which you have installed so far is gonna be unused. So you need to refocus your attention. There are plenty of hallways over here. This would be an amazing multiplayer map for a war scenario of endless kind, so that you can use potentially these units, or if not, then you would be just able to create some sort of a maze inside of this keep and just put the never-ending horde through quite the meat grinder. Okay, so we have the third flank from which the enemy is gonna start coming in. The funniest thing is that initially when I played this, I didn't realize that, hey, there's a balcony. And what I did was I just was planting down the archers down over here because they just fit in here so perfectly. And of course, we need to barricade off the gate. Now, the funniest thing is that he's gonna start opening additional rifts in this location, but not only in this location. He's gonna also open up the rift within the keep, and it's gonna be on top of the balcony here. So you have this choice to put down plenty of archers here.
These might have been useful earlier.
But keep in mind that you might have a portal pop open here, and so your archers might get massacred or distracted from trying to slow down the never-ending waves which are gonna be coming in from here.
More enemies on the way!
And from this location, you're gonna see lots of trolls coming in. You're gonna see also the heavier troll units coming in. So it's obviously a total massacre. I'm gonna try to slow them down, not let them reach the barricade, because the ogres and the trolls super deadly versus the barricades. So you want to keep in check whatever is coming through here, because it can have really negative effect on you.
Enemies are preparing to breach one of our gates.
Earth elementals, fire elementals, all the elementals.
Huge troll.
Oh my gosh, that's even bigger than I expected mountain trolls to be.
So mountain trolls are now involved. And this is the mountain troll.
They're attacking a barricade.
Trying to deal as much damage as possible. Remember, trolls are recovering their health, so you need to be careful.
Well, all right.
And I'm gonna replace the barricade because it did get kind of spanked here. We have the opportunity to put down more archers, which we are gonna of course do. Now, as I mentioned, you can install even this over here, but the chances are then the archers might get attacked. And also there's the balcony. The unfortunate thing is this is too or not wide enough for you to accommodate the archers like this. So if you want to, you can only put them down like this.
That'll knock 'em flat.
I'm gonna go install more archers up on here. And also I'm gonna try to stand here to provide any potential support.
Can't have too many of those.
Because you just simply never know what's gonna pop in. So we have now 6 archer groups ready to support this flank.
Good to go.
And due to the short range but the open area, they do not have exactly cover where to hide. So majority of the arrow salvos, and thanks to the upgrade where I'm utilizing or shooting or firing 2 salvos out of each of these groups, we are just simply gonna see a much deadlier output.
You can open these rifts forever.
And there goes the other rift. Trying to focus on the trolls, on the ogres right now, on the earth elementals. Whatever is gonna show up, we have the mountain trolls there who are just butchering our archers. Earth elementals here, fire elementals there. Archers are getting pummeled.
Barricade is under attack.
Trying to do whatever to slow down the never-ending onslaught. Because keep in mind that eventually you're gonna have enemies coming in from all the flanks. So you want to make sure that the archers can take out majority of the enemy units outside and not inside. We're gonna pick up this mana. I'm not really sure what it is that it's up here.
Another rift.
Okay, so yeah, that's the thing. He just opened up the rift inside on top of the balcony.
How many whiffs does one evil overlord need?
So I'm not really sure if the archers are gonna be able to deal with this. So
Uh-oh. Pretty sure that's a Cyclops Mage.
yeah,
Right,
Cyclops
Sorceress?
mages are annoying. They shoot this magical bolt which follows you.
Fine. I'll just aim for his one. We did it.
Reset.
So yeah, as you can see, the archers were struggling with the enemy forces popping in right behind. But now we can see that the 5th wave is gonna effectively have multiple waves or multiple sides coming in at the same time. He's not gonna respawn the rifts on this Freud, I think, anymore. But I just want to make sure that we have adequate coverage. So we are gonna relocate the archers because from here they're able to provide the support fire. I still want to put down maybe one more group of these fellas over here. And of course, because majority of the attackers are gonna be coming from the 2 spawn points or the 2 rifts at the front, we want to make sure that we have enough of these flip platforms to mess up their assault as much as possible.
That's the stuff.
And also we are gonna try to put down additional volley of archers over here.
We serve the order.
We can also put down one volley over here or up on that balcony, but I want to make sure that we have enough of the flip platforms over here on this bridge too. And also to make sure that you have some potential deterrents or mana for building when the next rifts are gonna appear inside, because he is not spamming those, or he is not done spamming those. I should correct myself. So we are gonna go over here for now, and we're gonna launch it and see where the enemy's gonna come from first.
More enemies on the way.
So it looks like they're coming in from these two front flanks. We're gonna try to lay down some covering fire. I already see a fire elemental. I already managed to kill something. Some headshots are landing. The newly added archers are definitely helping out.
To the young apprentices, expect this.
And of course, need to be wary.
Have to be weakening Warwick.
I wish something else came out of these rifts. Like bunnies?
So because you are limited fairly to what you can use here, and you don't want the cabals to end up running inside or something dumb like that, you need to be careful. I need to take a closer look at this flank. It looks like the mountain troll was able to get up here, and he is just decimating the barricade. So I'm trying to stop him, because when the barricade is down, that means that... And again, I installed the barricade incorrectly because I did not see.
They're attacking a barricade. My energy brings more rifts.
Yeah, so he's gonna be spamming these like crazy here.
Now he's just showing.
I'm not really ecstatic about this.
We've destroyed a barricade.
So whatever you can do to slow down.
Enemies are attacking. Look out! Our enemies are attacking.
This is why you might potentially have to use up the archers on that balcony. The reason behind this is fairly simple.
They're entering the rift.
Yeah, you can see that they are getting through. So I'm gonna try to make sure that at least the throw won't get in. It was really annoying. Really hate it when he spawns them like this. It makes it almost impossible for you to deal with them. And we're gonna use this balcony to get down here and just try to shut down the operation. We're gonna pick up all this mana because it's just additional resource which you can use. So I have lost 4 lives out of the rift, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. You can also install the flip trap like so. We can put down one more volley of archers over here. Take a look at what's happening here, filling any potential gaps. And unfortunately, if you try to flip them up here, then it's just really weird. So probably try to get them before they end up reaching the upper floors where your archers do reside. So we have 3 groups of archers over there. Still need to take a look at what's happening over here at the flank. So yeah, most of our barricades have been demolished thanks to the mountain trolls and the ogres, so we need to be careful. And unfortunately, in the heat of the moment, you can quite a lot of times screw up on how you are placing down the barricade, so that's why we had the gap and the door took some punishment.
Ready to fight.
So this is the last wave.
More enemies on the way.
Try to be here at this side because it's the shortest distance which they need to travel. If we are able to slow them down, that's awesome for us. On the longer distance, they have to deal with the flip traps. They have to put up with the volleys of archers, which are always being increased.
My wrist, bring more of my army.
And of course, we need to run inside to keep a close eye on this.
More enemies incoming.
Well, we can't keep this up, right?
They're attacking a barricade. Our enemies, they're breaking through again.
So this time we get just like a bunch of archers.
The barricade is down.
So they must have destroyed the barricade somewhere. The saw blades are just rushing in through the place, trying to make sure nobody gets through. Another rift.
Okay, now he's just showing off.
So, trying to make sure that we can slow down the progress of the enemy units. Here we're gonna see the mages in action. You can see that the enemy attacks are following me. I hope I took out the cabals there. They are super annoying to put up with. Hopefully I have enough mana to deal with the earth elementals. And you actually really have to be careful with these mages. So I don't think more units were able this time to get through. Archers did their amazing job in stopping down the never-ending onslaught.
To the young apprentices, expect this.
And he's gonna just keep on popping in these rifts. So again, trying to put down any sort of defense mechanism.
Our enemies are attacking.
Because in case the enemy gets through, it's quite bad for us. They are spawning in like right next to the barricade. So trying to do whatever that would slow them down. The archers are still doing their job. And because of the barricade, they're trying to find the better way in. And that might end up leading them down. I think something must have gone through. It looks like the earth elemental.
They've broken through a gate. They've breached another door.
Trying to kill these. The cool thing is that you can like stack up these saw blades. I am still not really sure how effective they are.
More enemies in the rift.
Oh, Foxicle, what's getting in? How did it get in especially? I did not see. Let's too focus on trying to slow down the mountain troll.
And stay down.
Are really annoying to put up with.
They were children. They still had much to learn. But this day, they became war mages.
Max?
Kids! I found you! No, don't worry. You're safe. Looks like old Maxie saves the day again.
And that's basically it, the first campaign. I'm not really gonna go through the credits. If you like the game, definitely consider getting it. Help out the studio.
You're a prisoner.
And
that's exactly what I wanted Vorwick to think.
You were in chains.
I was biting my...
so you get some end up conversation from your characters, you can then, as I mentioned, unlock those additional weapons, which might help you, which might not. It is up to you on what you decide to do. You can then have Retard Max, or you can have Egan.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Or many of the other players, and you unlock more things. You, of course, are then free to keep experimenting with more and more traps. And of course, once you finish off the Old Friends campaign, you are able to go into the Drastic Steps campaign. As you can see, I already played some of it, and there are some really evil looking enemies over here. So we have some big flying dragons or monsters. These are quite tricky to deal with. Usually you have to install traps really high in order for them to hit the enemy and deal them some damage. But yeah, they have some additional fun scenarios. You play as some of the other characters and protagonists, and you can have a whole lot more fun. So I'm not really sure if I will be featuring Drastic Steps campaign here. You can, of course, then go into the Endless mode. You unlock even more scenarios, and you can play around with those and see how much fun you can have either solo or with your friend. And that's gonna be it for the Orcs Must Die 3 Not Your Professional Walkthroughs coverage. I don't know, based on your feedback, I will see if I will cover more of this game. Of course, I have noticed that the game has not been watched as much, so who knows, maybe consider checking out any of the other content which I keep publishing on a weekly basis on the channel. I do playthroughs, guides, reviews, comparisons, all sorts of cool stuff. Go check it out. Link is in the description for various titles. I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I will see you at the next one or in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye for now.